So I am Dr. Gulam. So today I will discuss about the 10 years life in China, and then I will teach you some lessons that I had before. So let's start. So after graduating from the college, I have decided to study abroad. So I applied in many countries, but I failed to get a scholarship. But I didn't forgive it up. I keep applying. I kept applying. After many years' effort, I got a scholarship from a one university, and that's a partial scholarship. But that partial scholarship, due to some reasons, I decided not to go there, so I didn't join it. But there was some courage still inside of me, and making me thinking upon to go abroad to get an engineering degree of BS after the college in the other country. So I kept applying. After applying of many years, I got a nice scholarship from one of the universities. That's the best university of China. So, and then the day arrived when I backpacked and then traveled from Pakistan, Lahore to Beijing, China. Once I traveled here, I got a shock, and that was a culture shock. You know which shock is that? Yes. Chinese culture shock. You know, the culture is an encompasses word, which is an umbrella word, and it having all the meanings of our life: traditions, customs, laws, norms, suits, and all these are define the meaning of culture. The Chinese culture actually is 5,000 years ago, which has covered about Lantern Festival, Chinese New Year, and there are many more events. So, whenever I celebrated these events in China, I feel different. Actually, I feel shocked. The reason was that it was completely different from my country and this country, China. But what I have learned, that was a nice lesson. And the lesson was, lesson learned, so respect other people's culture and embrace it open-minded. We need to face the challenges in our daily life, especially when you are traveling from one country to the other country. Okay, so let's take a look on the second lesson. So the second lesson is about the Chinese language. That lesson was nice for me. So, you know, when I was 4 years old, my mom teaches me 4 languages. Confusing, right? And difficult. How can a kid learn 4 languages, right? But my mom made it. We have learned 4 languages together. Number 1, the Urdu is our national language that we have to learn it for the school. And then we learn English, that is our official language. And we also learn Punjabi, that is our province language. And then the last language we learn, that is our religious language, that is Arabic. So with all languages, we learn right from 3 or 4 years old. So the Chinese language actually was this. You can see, there are 2 words behind me. For me, as a foreigner, I cannot read them. But Chinese language is a wonderful language. Wonderful and a beautiful language. You know why I said it's beautiful? Because it has a character-based language. It is character-based language. And do you know why I said it's a very difficult language? Due to the 4 tones. 4. When I said 4, you will amazingly see on the screen there's the one word that is called S. And other word is also called S for me, but not for Chinese people. And also, you know, the Chinese will avoid to speak these kind of words. Same like the Western are avoided to speak number 13. Okay? So the Western also will not speak the number 13. They feel is a number of unlucky. Okay? So this is about the Chinese language, but we still didn't finish it for the Chinese language. Now you remember that the Chinese language is the world's most difficult language. So when you're starting learning language, it is very hard. But frankly speaking, if you try to adopt the language, you will understand the culture better. You will understand the culture better. And also, learning a language is opening the new window. So you can see here what lesson we have learned. To learn a language is to have a one more window from which to look at a word, that is Chinese word. So you can learn a new language and you will open a new window to see the word. Okay, that was the second lesson we have learned. So I appreciate all the people and encourage all those people, they are afraid to learn a new language. So you can learn any new language you want. Okay, so let's take a look at the third lesson. So the third lesson is education. Education in China is an amazing word. You know, the word education is very important word in human's life, because without education, that human will not be human. Okay? So, right now, what I found in China is completely different. Even 3 or 4 years old kids, they are having a training, they are having learning badminton, snooker, like a lot of training sessions in everyday's life. So they're learning painting, pianos. So it means, do you know the meaning of it? Why the people are learning so early? If they are learning so much early, there is some meaning and wonderful meaning. The wonderful meanings are here. Be a professional early. It means you have a good future for your own and your countries. So be a professional as early as possible. But right now in China right now, currently all the families are spending much more money, especially except the clothing, housing, and the food. All this money is just spending upon the education. And do you know, the education right now in China is number 2. Number 2 in expenditures list. So that is the most expensive are spending on education. So in education in China is like a true religion of the peoples. And also, if you see the Chinese poem was written in the 16th century. It urged to study. The title is Emperor Chengchong said, urge to study. It means that is a true belief of our Chinese peoples like you. So that was another lesson we have learned. So, and then lesson we learned, get a quality education. Get a quality education. Without quality education, there will be nothing. So get a quality education, and then don't forget the Nelson Mandela's famous proverb. So its proverb is that education is a kind of a, you can say the famous proverb, which is like a weapon which you can use to reform the world. Okay, so this is our lesson. Let's take a look on the next lesson. So the next lesson is personal and professional behavior. So this is very, very important. I am going to share a small story about personal and professional behavior. When I was doing my PhD in Tsinghua University, so I have a wonderful professor, and actually he was my best friend, but he was not my best friend. Confusing, right? So its answer is very simple. They do not mix personal behavior with the professional behavior. That's why I said he was my friend and he was not my best friend. There is a reason. So, you know, every day when there is a 12 noon, our teacher knock on our door of the office and said, please, it's lunchtime, 12, let's go for the lunch. He played badminton with us. He take us for the dinner, right? He has a super good personality and is super helping to us. He helped us where we need it. He is so competitive with his own profession. Whenever he was teaching, he was teach us like each point very clear, like just teaching like a kid. That we teach them each word, everything, slowly. So that's how teacher does. That is a professional experience of the teacher. So that is a professional behavior. So it happens with me many times. He always asks me, okay, tonight we have a dinner, let's join us. So we join them. And my teacher, whenever on the dinner table, the teacher will ask me some question. Do you know what question is that? Don't ask me, these are the job questions. No. They are not about any job question. He just want to understand about the culture. He will ask me about my cultural stuff. He will ask me, okay, how is in your Pakistan like this and how is like this, right? He will ask me some random questions about the culture and then we have like a discussion. It is wonderful because he was a very good professor. Okay, so now what the lesson we need to learn it? is very simple lesson. Never mix professional behavior with the personal behavior. Always make them separate. And there are few tips for your personal and professional behavior, especially for your professional behavior. That is, please be honest with your work. Number one, be honest with your work. Commitment. Show proper commitment to your work. Always commitment to your work. Okay. These are the lessons that we need to learn for the personal or professional behavior. Okay. So let's talk about the early birding. Early birding actually is very famous, especially in China. All the people here, they love early birding. Because early birding a term which is first appeared in 1600th century, and that was about early bird can have more chances to get the food as compared to the other birds. So early birding is a kind of a virtue in Chinese religion also. And also, early birding is very, very important in China. So whenever I wake up, I saw many people are going to the community gym. Each community actually is equipped with a small gym where all the people wake up early and do some exercises and then prepare for the job to leave early. So early birding in China is very, very good, and it's a great requirement for every job. So I noticed that when I was in the Tsinghua University, all the colleagues, they came very early. I never seen them, they are late. Even a single moment, they don't late. But sometimes I have a problem. I just told my professor that today I cannot make it on time. So I just tell him once. So that's what makes me difference, and I also let me understand that more better culture of the peoples, that they never offense the lateness or tardiness. And one thing more, that the Chinese, all the companies, they have very good routine and the schedules. They ask people to come on time, otherwise they will not be, they will mark as tardy or something like that. But they don't. Chinese don't be tardy. They never. Now, but I learned the lesson. It was very nice, and it was this: if you are not an early bird, then forget your dreams. That is a lesson I learned from my previous 12 years in China. Okay, so let's talk about something more. So this is about the dream job. You all are here. Of course, after this graduation, you will got a dream job. After you graduate from the university, you will apply for a dream job. And this is our one dream that we need to fulfill, is that it is about the dream job. So, and then without the dream job, you will not have a complete lifestyle, right? You cannot have a proper impact on the people. So probably you need a dream job. So then, it is an amazing thing. The lesson I learned is that it is an amazing thing when passion meets career. Okay. So let's talk about hard working. Chinese are famous for hard working. You can read that word behind me, that is called Zhiku, right? In China, Zhiku actually is a Confucius statement that is teaches all the Chinese peoples hard working. And do you know, all other Western companies, they have Asian face. Do you know why? Very simple answer. Do you know why? Because the Asian peoples, they are hardwired to a hard working. Okay, they work hard to achieve their goals. Especially Chinese, they are having a training since they are in college or university. They train how to work hard, right? So the lesson I learned here from this one: work hard and unfasten your chains. Be lazy and stay fastened. Okay. So this was the last lesson. Let's talk about the family values. Chinese have a wonderful family values. They have wonderful family values. You can see every year on the New Year's time, all the Chinese peoples are traveling. That is called mass traveling. Why? Because they don't want to miss a yearly visit to their parents, to their family. They want to have a nice meal with their parents, right? So I learned one lesson from them: be and make a connection with your parents, with your family. So don't forget your family members and call them often. Maintain your friends and family circles. Okay. So let's take a look on the next lesson. It is about technology and advancement. Actually, technology and advancement, China right now is ruling on the world. It is the best economy right now in the world. Okay, so China actually, especially from 1990 to now 2010, China has abruptly developed a lot. You can order online anything, especially on your doorsteps. You can get anything you want. So Chinese government has spent already a lot of money on these events, especially on these on the technology, and also right now the China is working on the Mars. They have already researching about the Mars. So the technology is awesome in China. So you can see it is like the economy boss right now. You can say the second world largest economy in the world right now. Okay, so the lesson I learned here: upgrade yourself with respect to the time. Otherwise, you will be behind as compared to the other world. Okay, so it's the last lesson of the day. It is about a one word, only one word. That is called warm. That is called warm. So in these last 12 years, I have learned one very nice thing from Chinese. They are health conscious. They are health conscious. I was working in my lab with my lab mate, and he had a little bit problem with something, and he went for the vaccination. So I learned one thing: always pay attention to your health. You need to maintain your health, because you know that health is the real wealth. If you don't have a health, you have nothing. So you can see the screen. There are 4 words there. So the number 1, you will see eat warm, right? So this is a statement. Eat warm. Cold food is dangerous. And then have a hot or warm bath. Okay. And then you can see drink hot water. Okay. And then the last one is keep your body warm. Okay, so this is the last lesson of the day, and you will learn it like this: health is wealth. And thank you very much.